Hey guys, in this video we're going to go over how to set up this awesome Squid Game Dalgona minigame. All of the code and assets used in this video are free and available in the description below if you'd like to follow along. Let's get started. So here we are in a fresh UEFN project, and we're going to go ahead and start by setting up the folders that we're going to need for this system to function. Really all that is a textures folder, so let's go ahead and create that. Okay, let's head over to the GitHub to gather the code and assets that we're going to need for this project. There's a link in the description below where you can find this. We're going to go ahead and download the repository as a zip file. Just open it up wherever it lands. We're going to also then extract it and just open up that extracted file once you have it and set it aside for later. And by later, I mean right now. So let's go ahead and bring in all of those textures we just downloaded and throw them in our textures folder that we created earlier. You'll likely have an issue with the background texture, and that can be fixed by just right-clicking and then conforming the texture. Now that we have our textures and project structure set up, we can get into bringing in all of the code. I'm not really going to go over how the system's code works in this video, but if you guys are interested in the system itself, let me know, and I can go over that in some more detail in another video. So let's start by creating the necessary verse files for the system. Of course, these are all going to be named after the text files that appear in the folder you downloaded from the GitHub repository. These files can be created in any order, really. There should be 7 of them in total: the cursor manager device, the cursor UI, Dalgona manager device, the Dalgona menu, UI, UI elements, and utility. When you create these files, you should make sure they are all empty. Okay, so now that we have a bunch of empty verse files, let's fill them up with our code. So in the folder that we unzipped earlier, there should have been a folder named verse. In there you'll find a bunch of different text files that should look pretty familiar. They'll be named the exact same as the verse files that you should have created earlier. And so we'll now just go through each of the text files, copy their contents over into the respective verse files that we created in our project. Okay, now that that's done, let's head back over to UEFN and get everything hooked up together. First thing we're going to want to do is build our verse code, so then our creative devices will be all set up. Just click on verse, build verse code. All right. Now back in the content drawer, you should see that there are a couple new verse devices that have appeared. Let's drag them both into the world. Now that we've got our verse devices placed, let's grab all of the Fortnite devices that we'll need to go with them. For the Dalgona manager, we'll need an input trigger device, 2 trigger devices, a button device, and a cursor manager device, which we've already placed and should be just right here. For the input trigger device, we will need to set the input to standard action and then select fire as the input. The triggers in the button can be left on default settings. Those are not too important. The cursor manager only really needs references to the player spawners, so let's just attach those, the ones that come in the world, I suppose. And then that should be everything. Then all you need to do is start up your game, head over to the button, click it, and there you go. Just a quick tip, you'll probably want to build your verse code one more time and push those changes in. There's a little bug that you will probably see if you don't. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, let me know in the comments below.